How you doing? It's Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey. So today, I just want to warn people about running aftermarket radios on their Harley Davidson motorcycles. So some of these radios claim to be water resistant, and that's cool, but you have to understand what they mean by water resistance. We had a bike come in that we were trying to tune. We did a little audio upgrade on it. We were trying to tune it. Customer kept blowing tweeters. So we rebuilt the tweeters, rewired the bike, and then we were trying to tune it. Saul had a really hard time and called me over to have him help him. So as he's running the O-scope, he's realizing that the radio is distorting at every single volume. No matter what, he couldn't get a clean sine wave signal. So obviously to tune, we start with clean signal from the radio, then radio to the DSP. So as he's checking the outputs of the radio, could not get clean signal, whether he used RCA or speaker level. So he brought it over. He asked me to look at it. I looked it over. He made no mistakes. Everything he was doing was right. So whether the volume was on 10, 20, 30, 40, there was distortion in the signal. That's why customers wiping out tweeters. So after a discussion with the customer, I realized he had gotten caught in the rain on one of his rides. So we took it all apart. We inspected the radio, and then we found the problem. So water got into the head unit. So what people don't realize is these Sony radios are super popular because of A, the single DIN chassis in the back, B, the weather resistance of the screen because there's no buttons. So these radios are really weather resistant. It's our go-to radio, especially on Jeep Wranglers. But this is a Sony 5000. Sony 5000 has an open grate here. The Sony 7000 doesn't have it here, but it's got it here. So if your bike came with a GTS radio, in our opinion, Sony is not an upgrade. If your bike came with a GT radio or the 3-inch screen radio, then the Sony is definitely an upgrade. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to run the Sony, please take a little time, invest in some aluminum tape. This is aluminum tape you can get from Home Depot for ductwork. This aluminum tape is super duper sticky and water is not going to get past it. So what you want to do is you want to seal off those vents. So every bike that comes in here with an aftermarket head unit, whether we sold it to the customer or not, we do this too. So that would have prevented this radio from getting destroyed. Water is not getting past that. What happens is water comes in through the top of the fairing and collects on top of the radio. Now they make covers and plastic, you could do that, but even if you do the plastic, you could still do this because if somebody goes in and services the bike and they don't know what the plastic is there for, they could throw it away or move it. So this is an extra level of protection. So if you have the 7000, you want to cover it here because the radio is exposed on the side. It's going to breathe. So I'd rather have the radio overheat than get water on the circuit board. So aluminum tape to cover these vents, maybe a piece of plastic over the radio. This is exactly why we're a big fan of the stock radio in these Harley Davidsons. Fathead Cycles does a really good job. We've installed a lot of their radios. Customers will bring all the equipment purchased from Fathead Cycles, and something that I realized they were doing that's really smart, they actually have a label with their logo. It says Fathead Cycles, covers the entire top of the radio. So they already know this is an issue, and they have a solution for it before they even ship the radio out to you. So do a little preventive maintenance, add a piece of aluminum tape. They have it at Home Depot. It's like 20 bucks a roll, but we always have this stuff in stock. I'll put the part number in the description. It's tape for duct work. It's aluminum tape for duct work. It's super sticky and water is not getting past it. So this radio is completely destroyed. It's obviously not covered by the warranty because it got water in it. So the customer still had his GT radio. We had him bring that in. We popped that in, flashed it, got rid of the factory EQ curve and tuned it. Now the bike sounds amazing. No more distortion, plays clean all the way up to 75% volume. So just be careful when you're doing any aftermarket head unit. I don't care if it's Sony, I don't care if it's Pioneer. Please add some sort of protection to keep water from going inside the chassis of the radio.